Hello and welcome to Tasting with Mike and Matt. I'm Mike Veach and this is my partner in crime, Matt Kohorst.
Howdy.
And today we are going to taste the Basil Hayden Toasted Bourbon.
Yes.
You know, I was kind of looking at the label earlier and I'm sure what they meant is it's finished in a toasted barrel.
Mm-hmm.
But they really don't really say that for a fact.
We're going to assume it's like the other toasted.
Yeah. And, you know, it has no age statement. All it says is that it's artfully aged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, I am too. You know, Basil Hayden's never been one of my favorite ones, expressions of Jim Beam, because it's so light.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I feel the same way about that.
You know, to me, it's like drinking brown vodka. You know, it's like you just don't get much flavor out of it.
What's the proof on it? Is it usually like
it's 80
proof?
It's always 80 proof. Yeah, this is 80 proof.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm looking forward to, you know, I remember we did a tasting of their dark rye several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And, you know,
So
I think we also did a tasting on their 10-year-old rye.
I think so. I think you're right. And I think that was pretty decent.
Good, too.
Yeah.
But, so let's see what this is.
So, yeah, like if they go outside and do some different kind of expressions, it can be
well, you know,
decent
in
stuff,
fairness, Jim Beam, according to what Booker Noe and Paul Picot was talking about when I went to the first time introduced the small batch collection.
Mm-hmm.
They said Basil Hayden was their attempt to reach Canadian whiskey drinkers.
something light.
Something that's very light and
Well, it's very approachable. A lot of people do like Basil Hayden.
right, because it is so approachable.
Right.
But, you know.
You got to work up to that higher proof, you know.
Oh yeah, this has got a much better nose than regular Basil Hayden, in my opinion. Lots of vanilla and caramel. Maybe a hint of cherry.
Cherry, yeah.
Just a hint. And maybe just a little bit of oak, but not much.
A little brown sugar.
Yeah. Let's take a sip.
It's kind of light.
It's light.
It's light. It's not bad flavors, but I'm having a hard time getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, it is. You know, you're getting a little bit of that caramel and that vanilla. You're getting a little bit of maybe just a hint of cherry.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting some white pepper spice.
Yeah.
And oak. And that's about it. Very light, very, you know, but in my opinion, it's still better than the regular Basil Hayden.
Yeah, yeah. Usually with like the toasted stuff, I get like a nice charge of like, you know, that
rich caramel, butterscotch.
Yeah, yeah. Some kind of toast, you know, like it's this one's just it's very muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to wonder how old the whiskey is before they put it into the toasted barrel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, was it 4-year-old whiskey they put in a toasted barrel for another 6 months or a year, and that's it?
Yeah.
No,
right.
There's no age statement. You can't tell.
You can't tell. All right. Cool looking bottle though.
Yeah. Well, let's try it for dried cranberry and see if that helps.
I think what I kind of liked about it with the cranberry is that it is so light that it just lended itself right to the sugars, you know. So
Yeah.
so it's one of those things that will immediately like take on whatever you're pairing it with. You
Yeah.
know?
I agree. Because I was going to say, you know, I thought the cherry came out a little stronger with the cranberry.
I think so, yeah. So it really brought out the fruit more, which was very
And it
pleasant.
kind of toned down the white pepper on the finish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got that little bit of white pepper, but it's not as pronounced.
Yeah. So that wasn't a bad taste. Brought out a little caramel.
Very little.
Very little.
To me, it washed out most of the
Yeah.
other flavor.
Yeah. There's just like, it's a little bland.
Yeah.
And I I love Jim Beam products. Especially like Knob Creek, like 12-year-old, the 12-year-old Knob Creek, one of my favorite things. This one it's kind of a miss for me right now. We'll try it with the chocolate, but I'm not really specifically like enjoying anything in particular about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
nothing wrong with it, and I think that's probably what they're going for, is something real light for maybe somebody like that doesn't really. It's like an entry level.
Yeah. Let's see what the dark chocolate does for it. Now that's the way to go. To me, that really enhanced the caramel.
Yeah.
Brought out some butterscotch. It heightened the fruit, that cherry note.
That's interesting, yeah.
And it helped with the, the white pepper spices there, but there's also maybe a little bit of maybe like a ginger. And then there's that oak. I think it's pretty damn good with the dark chocolate.
It is, and maybe that's something, because usually when we're tasting whiskeys with the chocolate, a lot of times the chocolate will kind of overpower what is a great whiskey,
Yeah.
This one's so light and just kind of like on its own, just sort of bland, that the chocolate, really gave it a complexity that I don't think it has, without that kind of bold flavor, Yeah.
Well, the best thing about this is, well, two things.
Yeah.
You can find it on the shelves.
Right.
And it was only like $50.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
So.
Not for like a toasted product.
Right.
Like those can go, pay what you want to for some of them, Like, yeah. I think the Peerless Toasted, was that like 110 or something like that? It was
It was like 130.
130? Yeah. That was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that was a barrel proof, 112 proof whiskey versus an 80 proof.
Yeah.
This, my one complaint about Basil Hayden is that I would have rather seen him put it in at 86 proof.
That would have probably done a lot.
I think that would have really
good.
improved the Basil Hayden.
Yeah. But at this point, it's just a little too bland, I think. A
A little too light.
little too light, yeah.
But, there are a lot of people that are going to love it.
So,
Yeah.
there we go.
So, well, Jim Beam, we appreciate your product.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And if you like this video, please hit subscribe and remember to always drink responsibly.